All right, let's see what's going on here. Pop out chat. Let's see how many singles of people we can get on here. Hello, everybody. All right, what do we got going on? We got crazy markets. Crazy markets, everyone. Thanks for joining me. What's up, Phil? Yes, therapy helps. I'm just going to call you therapy from now on, Head Savvy. Can I sleep or should I exit alts now? Good question. Should you sleep? So I generally on my channel don't recommend sleeping. I think it's a distraction from what's really important, which is just 24/7 looking at charts until your head explodes. That's really what I recommend. So that's pretty cool. What's up, Question Tree? Welcome to a late night edition of Extreme Stream. So yeah, I just thought I'd jump on. I mean, man, everything's running. It's kind of an intense market. We've got, I mean, everything up. EOS up 18%, the coin that won't stop. We've got QDM up 35% today, the coin that never did, then all of a sudden did. We've got the piece of crap NEM moving up like mad. I mean, go to a 4-hour chart on NEM. You just want to blow your brains out because you forgot about this thing. So, and I've been one of the major detractors for NEM, and kind of a newbie mistake on my part, to be honest with you guys. I was looking at NEM on a Bitcoin chart, and I really hate Bitcoin charts. So, ooh, Cardano, yeah, someone mentioned it, up 10%. Up a little bit more. Let's check it out. They were popping earlier. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was looking at it up here. I think I even took a little position. Yeah, I think a lot of people think Cardano is the future, and I think right now it is. Unfortunately, the future in crypto changes every 3 months, and while I do like Cardano, I do believe that in time something will supplant it. Not to mention, I don't even think it's in beta stage yet, guys. I don't even think this coin is even a thing, to be quite frank with you guys. Hey, Ian. Hey, buddy. How you doing? How you doing? Guys, please do me a favor, spread the word on your Twitters and your Facebooks and all that stuff. Let's get some guys in here, see what people think about cryptos, chat, have some fun, look at some charts you guys are interested in. See how many people we can get in here so I can tell them not to go to bed, otherwise they're bad traders. You are a bad trader if you try to sleep. A bad trader if you try to sleep. Decred. Let's look at some Decred. Decred dollar. Look at the dollar because I like myself, so I'm not looking at Bitcoin. Saya coin. I actually got out of Saya coin yesterday. Took it for a nice little ride. Decred on the 15-minute. Looks like it's consolidating on a longer term time frame. Just kind of up there chilling with the rest of everything. Let's take a look at Saya coin. Yeah, I never traded Saya coin until I bought right kind of over this little cup with handle area. I bought somewhere in here, and I think I sold out, I don't know, somewhere up here. I don't know exactly where I got out of Saya coin, but it looks like it's doing kind of the same pattern. Cup and a cup. A lot of these coins just cup and cup and cup and cup. Until one day they break out. And the key that I found so far is look for higher cups. One that's recently doing that is one that I was just looking at. Is Misako still going? No, it pulled back a little bit. What was that one I was looking at earlier too? I was mentioning it in chat. In the chat room, I mentioned I just sold a position earlier today, and I was looking at a bunch of coins, just kind of asking for people's opinions. And one of them, I saw one of those cups with a higher cup. Civic, was it Civic? Let's see here. No, it doesn't look like it. No, it wasn't Civic. Although if you look at Civic on the daily chart, look at this, guys and gals and people that don't recognize as guys and gals. We have a beautiful, really long, it's called a saucer at this kind of stage. Okay, it's called a saucer. A very nice saucer forming in Civic here. Good volume accumulation on the right side as we're curling up. Really looking at this coin, hoping it, boom, maybe make a pop of, you know, 50, 100, and 9,000%. Who knows what this thing's going to do. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, and I probably am. I believe Civic is the one where they're trying to store like your social security numbers and things like that. So could be something good. You never do know. You never do know. What was the other one I was talking about in the chat room? There was one. It was Civic and Rise. That's what it was. It was Rise, and someone in my chat room just mentioned that they got in on Rise. If you look at Rise, they kind of have a bit of that. Here you go. Here's a cup with a higher cup, and Rise is just popping right now. I've yet to get in on Rise. Oh, I've been debating. It's almost getting too far away from me here. Almost getting. I don't quite know what to do here. I like the positions I'm in now, but I really would like to get on this Rise coin. If you take a longer term perspective on Rise, it's getting up towards its all-time highs. So I'm almost in a 50-50 risk reward, got 10% up, about 10% down. Yeah, probably a little too late to get on Rise here. I was looking at it kind of down here before it broke out, which was not too long ago actually. But I mean, it's already broken up 10%. I mean, that's no joke right there. That's real money. That's real money right there. So, but being that it's only 10% from its all-time highs and really close to $1, there is a possibility you get a small pause before $1 and then a breakthrough. Yeah, really hard to. I don't know what I want to do here. I added to my Omisego position, and that thing's going up pretty good. I sold my Neo. I just bought a little bit of Qtum on this pullback. As we know, Qtum's been kind of making big moves. I bought Qtum right here towards this bottom. So I'm up a little bit, maybe like 2% in Qtum. Maybe I'll cut this in half. Not quite sure if I'm going to do that yet. But man, EOS popped. I had EOS earlier. I'm kind of pissed I sold it. I had EOS down here in the base, and I don't even know. I'm going to have to go look. Why did I sell Neo? That's a good question. I've been in Neo for a little bit. I think I bought right about here. I wasn't quite that deep in this base, but you go back down to the smaller term time frames. I think I may have sold a little prematurely. There was this little volume pop, and it was coming back, gonna cross underneath this trend line. It did not. It started to curl back up, so that's why I sold. I was kind of anticipating a drop, but maybe I was a little premature in my sale. You know, I spend a couple days in coins and get a little bit antsy that they're going to pause or pull back or something. That's a flaw to my trading philosophy. But I did have a profit, so, you know, nothing. You can't really make too many mistakes when you have a profit, to be quite honest with you. So that's kind of how that's going. But that's the reason why I sold Neo. Head and shoulders on Neo. Not on this time frame. Not on this time frame. There was a head and shoulders, however, in Bitcoin. I never posted a video on this, but I had it here. I talked about it in the chat room. So shoulder, head, shoulder, and I was looking at this earlier, and this target was hit on Bitcoin. Look at that, on like the first strike down, the target was hit on Bitcoin. Quite interesting. Looks like we came back up and tested the neckline. We've since failed said neckline, which is not good, and now we're living below the neckline. So hopefully Bitcoin consolidates here and gives us these alts a really nice pump. Ethereum up 6%. That's really good. Got involved on that, so that's been kind of a fun trade. Litecoin started to finally do something. It was kind of doing nothing for a couple of days, you know, which it had a huge run, so it was due kind of a move. Aldo, you're saying on the 1 hour's inverted head and shoulders. You got to call out the inverted part. That's an important difference. All right, let's check it out. Inverted on the 1 hour. I got 2 hours. Maybe I'll go back to the 15-minute. I really wouldn't call this necessarily an inverted head and shoulders. Although that's a pretty good case, actually. That's not a bad case for a head and shoulders. So I think what he's referring to is this is a shoulder, or this is your well, this would have to be your shoulder, and then this would be your other shoulder, and this would be your neckline. So yeah, I guess there's a possibility, and if that's the case, let's see what kind of percentage gain we're looking at just for fun. So say this breaks over here. Say you buy it right here. Say I buy it back because you convinced me. I'm up 20%. So I'm not too bad on that. Not too bad on that. Dugan, advice for a new investor. Best thing you can do as a new investor is trade with a very small portion of your account, just until you get the hang of things. You're kind of at a good point right now. Things are running. You're in a bull market. You're in a bull mode. So what I would do if I were you is try to find a good base to buy out of. That's really the best thing you can do to give yourself the best chance for success. And actually, even on NEO on this 15-minute time frame, this is kind of a base right here. What a base is it gives you an opportunity to it gives a coin an opportunity to reset itself. It gives sellers the ability to sell, take some profits, whatever their rationale is for selling, shorting, whatnot. And then you get an opportunity as the trader to see how far down the sellers are willing to take it. So what you're seeing here in NEO is each of these little pullbacks, each of these little things is a base. So what you're seeing is, here's a base, and here's a shorter base, right? This is a shorter base than this base was, and then boom, we get a nice explosion. So this is a base, okay, and this is another base. Now these are about equal amplitude, about equal distances, so it doesn't mean we have a shorter thing going on here, but if you take this as a base and this is a smaller base, then yes, we do see a shorter amplitude base here, and we may take off if indeed this is some kind of an inverted head and shoulders here. So the things I would say is trade with a small portion of your account. Look at a lot of charts. And look for very good bases. Don't chase when coins are up like Omisego. Like I really wouldn't be buying Omisego up here. Okay, we had this big nice pullback. This is a nice base to break out of. Okay, you have a very strong up thrust, a very nice tight sideways action. These are ideal to buy off of if you can find something like this for a number of reasons. However you want to draw this trend line, you can call this a channel right here in Omisego. So what you can see in this channel is it just kind of hits this low area several times, hit this high area several times. And another thing you'll notice is that these things will end up forming higher level consolidations and a wider consolidation. That's a good base to buy off of right there. Now it does pull all the way back, and that can be scary, but you also have to kind of take the volume into account. There's quite a bit to trading. If you're new. It's really difficult to get your feet wet because you're going to be doing 15 things at once, to be quite honest with you. You're going to be looking through all these coins that are going up and down. You're going to be learning about the coins. You're going to be learning about charting. So I would watch some educational videos on the coins if you don't understand the technology. See what sectors you want to be involved in. There's a lot going on. Sorry, that was a little boring maybe. ZRX. Let's take a look at ZRX. But I love talking to new traders, man. If I could save you some money, that's pretty much my goal here. Ooh, I'm liking this. This is pretty nice. So what I'm seeing here is probably the same thing you're seeing here. So going out to its ICO, at least on Poloniex here, you've got, man, these ICO days are insane. Can I just say that, guys? If you ever want to trade an ICO, okay, I'm going to hit auto. If you ever want to trade an ICO, is this even a real print at 413, or is that $4,013,000? That's crazy. Okay, I don't know what just happened. It's going to take me 15 years to get this chart back to normal. Well, my thoughts on ZRX is, oh, I passed it. Okay. I don't know what's going on here. Is there a button that says make this chart look good? Auto. There we go. Okay. Sorry, I forgot about auto for a second. Alright, let's unclick auto because now I want to get. So yeah, this is looking pretty good. It's up here pretty high. It looks like it's kind of, this is what's called an ascending base actually, folks. This isn't seen very often, let alone in cryptocurrencies. Yeah, Daniel Venn keeps mooning. Very nice. This is called an ascending base. An ascending base is when you have a series of little bases that just kind of work their way up. Okay, if you want, I don't know if you want to call this the first base. I mean, you could technically. Although technically with an ascending base in the stock market, the third base is usually the launching pad, okay? So it's a set of higher bases where the low of the next base never cuts into the previous base. See ya, Ian. Have a good day, buddy. We'll chat at you tomorrow. But yeah, so that's an ascending base, so we'll see if that happens here. But the thing to really notice is that, I mean, it's really about to break out from its ICO. You have this really nice cup. Hopefully, I would like it to put in a nice handle. That would be ideal. But, you know, we don't always get what we want. Take a look at Qtum. Let's take a look at Qtum. What's it doing here now? Yeah, very low volume on this pullback on Qtum. Pretty good action. This is pretty good action on Qtum. Just dried up volume. You can see the same here before it pops. So maybe Qtum will do something similar. Very low volume right here as well before it goes up. Anytime you see really low volume, that's kind of a good indicator. That, you know, something may happen here pretty soon. In either direction, really either direction. But any consolidation is generally positive. Okay, what's going on? Ethereum 832. XRP. How do we forget about XRP? Took a little position in XRP. Go to the 2-hour chart here. This thing has a pretty nice cup. May want to handle out. We'll just kind of check it out, see what's going on. Maybe that'll handle out and give us a nice entry. I am involved in XRP at these levels. I was waiting for it to do something, so it did, and I am. So that's pretty cool. ADA up 11%, kind of holding a high level up here. Man, this is the coin that will not quit. I'm telling you guys, this coin just will not quit. Let's go take a look at coin market cap. Coin market cap, where's ADA? Number 6 right now. Sitting next to Litecoin and Ripple, man. Man, Cardano taking its place at the head of the table. Man, and NEM sitting up here, up 40%, number 9. Monero dropped to number 10. Monero's really just kind of fallen off, guys. I mean, granted, it's had a huge run, don't get me wrong, but Litecoin just gone up gangbusters. Just tons and tons of coins popping here. It's really unreal. Where did ADA come from? So ADA is really an awesome coin, to be quite honest with you guys. I have a video that I've been passing around. I'm gonna put this link in the chat. Okay, so next time you guys have a spare 57 minutes, watch that video. It's going to explain quite a bit about cryptocurrencies in general, but specifically, obviously, about ADA. ADA is actually created by one of the Ethereum co-founders, and he walks through this video. I'll give you just a quick synopsis. He talks about kind of the versions of the blockchain. You've got blockchain 1.0, which is Bitcoin, right? The thing that kind of makes everything viable. And then you've got Ethereum, which is blockchain 2.0, which really gives you a viable transactionable network that also processes smart contracts. And then ADA is supposed to be version 3.0 of the blockchain technology, where what they do is essentially try to fix all the problems with Ethereum. We've noticed, and if you've been involved in the tech for a while, you know there's some problems with Ethereum in terms of scaling and networks freezing up and hacks and things of that nature. And I know the hacks are on some of the side chains, but I'm not going to get too technical, guys. ADA is supposed to fix a lot of those. They're also out of Japan, and keep in mind, Japan cryptos are basically like legal over there. I mean, you can do whatever you want with cryptos apparently in Japan, but ADA is supposed to be super scalable. They have kind of a proof of stake type of a disbursement to their coin. So they're doing a lot of things really well, but I don't even think they're at a beta stage yet, to be quite honest with you. And they did come to kind of number 6 out of nowhere. I mean, if you look at their chart, let's go to the daily. I mean, it's going to fit really nicely on my screen. I mean, really nicely on my screen. So no, I think ADA is out of Japan. Someone mentioned maybe they're out of Hong Kong. I believe it's Japan. You guys can Google that while we're doing this. That's fine. Correct me if I'm wrong. No problems there. But yeah, ADA, really good tech. This is kind of blockchain 3.0. IOTA is supposed to be that as well, is kind of the third version of the blockchain. They have their own version called the Tangle, which is a bit of a spin on the blockchain, which is kind of unique, but they've run into some issues with trust recently. If you guys are unfamiliar with IOTA, they back in the day when they only had this huge move, Um, I think right somewhere around here, or maybe it was even over here, they had an issue where they wrote their own um, excuse me, guys. They wrote their own encryption portion of their application, which, I mean, all the off-the-shelf ones apparently work really well. And they wrote their own, and it was susceptible, and apparently they swapped that out. And then we had this huge, crazy run. And then up here we come to find out part of this run was based off the fact that Microsoft, was like a partner with IOTA, and they were doing a bunch of IoT things, which if you don't know about IOTA, their focus is IoT. So they were doing a bunch of research and development. Well, come to find out they're not really partners. They're basically a customer of Microsoft. So it's kind of a weird thing, kind of caused some FUD in IOTA. Over the long term though, and I think that maybe now that's going to be forgotten. And IOTA is kind of looking poised to kind of break out of the symmetrical triangle in the next couple of days, maybe couple of weeks. We'll see how that goes. So anyway, ADA is supposed to be blockchain 3.0. IOTA is supposed to be blockchain 3.0. And if you guys are involved in Binance at all, let me go ahead and see if I can throw a Binance chart up here. Binance, let's go to an advanced coin or advanced chart. Binance is home to a coin called, was it Z or something like that? I can't type Z on my keyboard. Oh, unless it types it 15 times. ZRX? Oh, it's Tron, not Z, it's Tron. If you guys have heard of Tron, Tron's like number 12 on CoinMarketCap or something. Yeah, TRX here. This thing's been running like a mofo. I mean, just crazy runs in this thing. It's gone from 50 cents up to 227 Satoshis. This thing's gone up 500% in like, I don't know, a week. This seems to have been running like mad. But if you look at their website, they say they're Web 4.0, whatever that means. I think they're just pulling that acronym out of their ass, to be quite honest with you. But if you go to their website, I believe it's Chinese-based. They throw a few people out there in terms of their development team and their management. But Tron's supposed to be Web 4.0, but they don't really explain it that well. So I don't know if that's really viable or not. Anyway, let's get out of the Binance land real quick. Oh, Venom Binance, speaking of which. Yeah, if you guys are looking for some Coinigy, or I'm sorry, for some Binance charts, you really have to get it through Coinigy. You have to get it through Coinigy. You can get them on here. We're looking at Ven for a little while. Ven's a pretty good coin. Really nice action. Very sideways. Very orderly action in Ven. Quite impressed with the action on this coin. All right, so let's see what's going on here. We got NEM up 17%, making more moves. Stop it. Stop it. Stop making more moves without me. I guess I could get in there if I really wanted to. IOHK, Input Output Hong Kong. I've never heard of that. That's a pretty interesting acronym. Okay, Litecoin. Looks like XRP taking a little bit of a rest here. Resting up towards highs. This thing's got to go with some gusto, kind of past the all-time highs of a few days ago here in Ripple. Hopefully they will. That would be pretty cool. Thank you for the thumbs up. All right. So we got Litecoin. We got Dash sitting up at 1,200 Dash. Anyone lose track of Dash? You shouldn't have. They've been up 500%. 500%. Man, that's insane. All right, Verge. XVG, right? A couple guys mentioning Verge there in the chat. Yeah, Verge starting to move again maybe a little bit. Got kind of a W pattern here. Not bad. Nice consolidation. Let's draw a couple of trend lines here. So still living in the base, getting a little bit of excitement going on here. So you can, this is kind of an aggressive trend line. You should know that's not going to be the end of it. This seems like a more, a bit of a nicer symmetrical triangle. So we'll kind of see how that works out. But Yeah, Verge looking pretty good overall here. We know this thing did have just a massive run, just a huge run from here from 1 cent up to 6.5 cents, and it's just it's probably not done, to be honest with you guys. I'm not sure where they're at in terms of coin market cap. Let's check it out. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Oh, speaking of which, Verge right there near $1 billion. 29 spots. There's $29 billion coins. $29 billion coins. Do you guys remember, like a little bit ago, there was $6 billion coins? Now there's 29. No wonder we're at $634 billion. Man, we're gonna get to a trillion January. We're gonna be at a trillion in January. And you know, this train just isn't stopping, folks. This train's not stopping in cryptocurrencies. You guys are lucky to be here. And by here I mean with me. All 60 of you. Cool. 60 guys and gals. How many gals out there? Any ladies in the house tonight? Any ladies staying up late? Freaking cryptoing? Man, EOS 5 billion. Neo 5 billion market cap. Qtum 5 billion market cap. Ethereum Classic 4. Here's Tron I was just talking about, sitting at 3. Man, just sitting at 3. Populous sitting at 2 billion. A coin that just kind of came out of nowhere as well. Stratus 1.3. A little miffed with Stratus. I had this right at the... Let's walk through Stratus and how I effed up this trade, okay? Let's walk through Stratus and how I just completely gaffed this trade. I mean, like, you really can't screw this up more than I screwed this trade up. Alright. So here's how I screwed up Stratus. First of all, I think I was trading off the Bitcoin chart, to be honest with you guys. I was trading off the Bitcoin chart, and I really hate trading off Bitcoin charts. I don't think I quite realized it. So Stratus, I ran Stratus up to about here. Okay, we bought off this breakout right here of this long declining trend line. All right, long declining trend line. We ran up, had a couple of pullbacks, and these were pretty bad on the Bitcoin chart because I think Bitcoin was running over here. So I think I sold out of that, and then we had another run up, and then we had a big crash. And kind of after this little, I mean, it's not even that big looking at it now. Look at the volume; it's very benign. But I think against Bitcoin, you know what? Let me look at the Bitcoin chart. Let me look at this Bitcoin chart. Yeah, see, it looks like garbage against Bitcoin. That's pretty much how I messed this up as I was doing it against the Bitcoin chart. Just garbage against Bitcoin. This is why I don't trade against Bitcoin. If you do trade against Bitcoin on these charts, you just have to understand what you're dealing with here, okay? You have to understand you're dealing against Bitcoin and a coin that is going to move. And so this is basically how I screwed it up. So first of all, here's my head and shoulders that I was looking at in Bitcoin. I think I called this out when I was live streaming with Node Investor about a week and a half ago or so. So yeah, so we broke out of this neckline here on pretty good volume. That's pretty good volume right there. Pretty good volume right there. And then it came up and failed. Went up and failed again, and then it just went sideways, and I just lost track of it, guys, to be honest with you. I've been doing a lot of work outside of the house and haven't been able to keep up, and I just really lost track of this, and I'm kind of upset about that, to be honest with you. So the reason I'm telling you guys this is because even myself as a seasoned trader, I mean, crypto's always throwing new things at me. I set my charts up here like pretty much when it got started. Started adding coins as I saw them, and I haven't done a lot of maintenance. Well, I did that this evening. Did a lot of maintenance, ripped out all my Bitcoins, at least the stuff that I could. I can't get ADA against the USD, unfortunately. So, you know, it is what it is. You just kind of have to move on. But there's a lot of coins that have moved that a lot of people have missed out on. You just have to trade what you can. That's all you can do. So, Justin's asking me, Randy, why did you say in the past Qtum is bad coin, charts or technology? Oh, I was looking at it against Bitcoin. That's why I was looking. That's why I thought it was garbage. So if you guys don't know me and my channel, I've been, so you can see all these lines. We've been trading Qtum or trying to trade Qtum for quite some time. And for some weird reason in my head, it never it never clicked that I was trading QDM against Bitcoin, and the fact that it would affect the charts of this nature. So we had a inverse head and shoulders here with a neckline here that we traded off of, and that actually worked out really well. And then it just crashed at every other level that we tried to trade it on. But we were always trading against Bitcoin, so it was a complete mental mistake on my part, a complete mental mistake. If you look at QDM on the USD, which I now have USD up here now, because I'm a little bit less of an idiot than I was 2 hours ago. If you look at it against the USD chart, let me zoom in a little bit. I mean, it really doesn't look horrible. It really never did sustain a move. But I wouldn't have been as hard on the coin if I was looking at the right chart, really just to be blatantly honest with you. But yeah, QDM has burned a lot of people, but I will tell you one thing if I noticed it, which I did not. I'm sorry guys, I'm trying to get this chart to look good without taking this ICO bar into account. Anytime I see a coin that does this, anytime you see a coin that has resistance at a level, tests it again, and then comes back and finally breaks through it, and then consolidates and pops up, this would have been like my very last entry point, if not the break above this particular trend line. And look at the volume signature down here, very good. Now I did notice this volume when I had it against the Bitcoin chart, but again, anyway, that Bitcoin chart just killed me on this particular trade, and I was watching it too. I was actually watching it, but every time it broke, I wasn't in it. So this thing broke up really hard, really high, and then went sideways, really hard, really high. And I just wasn't involved when this thing popped. So that's the other thing, is I didn't have my alert set on QDM because I was biased against the coin due to the fact I was looking at an incorrect chart. So you just got to pay attention. I obviously wasn't paying close enough attention, and that's my fault. So I'm sorry if I steered you guys clear, put some FUD in your minds about that. I apologize about that if you guys missed something. What do you mean? What do you mean not stopping? My crypto journey, can you elaborate on that, buddy? CDN, do you mean CND? Everyone's saying CDN, it's CND. Do you mean CND, Peter? Yeah, CND. You guys are funny. I got a guy doing that in the chat room the whole entire time. Yeah, so I'm a little pissed about this coin too. This series should be called How Real Crypto Effed Up About 29 Trades. So I posted this in my chat room. Right when this coin was right here. Don't ask me why I didn't buy this. I don't have a great reason for it. I actually do. The coins I was in that I liked at this particular moment in time. Yeah, there you go, therapy. Yeah, you screw this up all the time. I posted this chart in the chat room. Like, this is the best cup and handle I think I've seen in crypto. And the volume signature wasn't, the best. I've seen better volume signatures. But in terms of just a cup with a handle, this was gorgeous. And then I wake up and this coin's up 60%. 60%. Oh, and I'm just kicking myself here. But right now, this is putting in a very good consolidation. I don't anticipate this is done by any stretch of the imagination. When you have a very large flag pole, and this is your flag. This is kind of akin to a high tide flag in the stock market, somewhere between an 80 to 100% run. And this was a 100% run, and then you get a 15% pullback. This is some very technical stuff I'm going over, guys. If you're not writing this down, you should be, or you can look up high tide flag on investors.com lately. This is a high tide flag. Pay attention to this pattern, and if you're on Binance, just buy this pattern if and when it breaks out. Period. Just buy it. Just buy it. XLM. By the way, this is not investing advice. This is like, strictly entertainment, guys. So just keep that in mind. What do I think of Wabi? I liked Wabi a couple of days ago when I traded it, and then it kind of crapped out, and I moved my money out of Wabi. So Yeah, Lumen, the coin that everyone told me about that I just did not get involved. I missed all these big movers, guys. Be honest with you, a lot of the times when these are moving, I had all my funds were in the GDAX, and I was all trading Litecoin and Ethereum at that time. So it is what it is. Lumen doing. Where's my volume? Where'd my volume go? Lost my volume. Can't do anything without volume. There we go. I was scared for a minute. I was literally scared. Literally scared that I couldn't look at volume. Yeah, this is looking really good up here. I mean, it's just fantastic. Just fantastic. I mean, it's looking excellent. I don't know if it's gonna make another run. It's a little hard to say. It has a little double topping action right now. You want it to flag out at this moment in time. You already have 2 bars on this 2-hour chart. So that's good. But this is some really nice action. The volume there, I'd like that to be higher. That's a good volume pop. That's really nice. So, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Qtum holding strong. EOS up another 5%. Damn it. That was an EOS earlier. I always seem to get in like the safer coins that move like 10, 15%. And then I watch these other ones go up 20, 25%. 100%. It's pretty fun. But it is what it is. My account's growing. That's all. You know, I'm not going to get too down on myself over that. What else is moving over here? Let's take a look at some other coins that I've been kind of taking a look at. Trig. I was looking at Trig earlier. Looks like it moved on me. That's pretty good. Nice little move on Trig there. I do have a Slack chat room. If you go to my website, real-crypto.com, I believe I have a link to it in there in one of my posts. Another one I was looking at. Oh, Rise, 23%. Rise up 23%. Looks like it's come back down a little bit. I mentioned earlier in the video when I was talking about Rise, I mentioned that we were really close to the all-time high in Rise, and that you were going to, yep, there we go, we hit it. Hit the all-time high in Rise, then we get a pullback. Very natural, very expected. So it's good that that happened. If this thing gets a nice pause here, maybe we're going to go ahead and see a huge push past that $1 level, and maybe it looks like Rise did 900% here. Maybe we'll get another 400 to 500% out of it. Maybe a $4 Rise coin in the near future. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. So I was looking at Rise. Another one I'm looking at is Civic. Civic coin. Oh, it's moving even more. Oh, it's right here. 7%. Civic looking very healthy here. Again, coming up towards its kind of all-time high. I don't count these big ICO bars. Take this off of auto so I can see things. Not quite there. It still has some room to run. About 25% to all-time highs. This wouldn't be too bad to take a position here. You know, you could get a little bit more pump, and it could come back down to your buy point. Just have to be aware of things like this nature. Oh, Binance chart, Saxman. Yes, it does. Coinage does have Binance charts. This is a Binance chart right now, actually. If you're gonna go get Coinage, please check out the link in my description of my videos. I get a little bit of coin off of that. I would appreciate that. I don't make pretty much any money off of the stuff that I do here on YouTube or in my chat room. So, you guys want to help the cause out? I would appreciate that very much. But yeah, so this CND looking good. I talked about this a minute ago. If this thing breaks out, man, I'm taking my whole Binance account and putting it in this thing. All right, how many guys we got now? 63. Very nice, very nice. Thank you all for joining me today. Appreciate it, especially so late in the evening. Where are you guys at? You guys all U.S. based? Or usually a lot of Australians here. Where are you guys located? Shout outs from across the world. East Coast. I hear you, buddy. I'm going to be hitting the hay here probably myself in about 15-20 minutes. There you go. Australia sitting. Boston. You're East Coast. Just late for you. Canada. Well, Canada doesn't count because you're like, you cover all the time zones of the U.S. Sydney. 41 degrees Celsius. What's that, like 100? It's almost 100, isn't it, Phil? That's 2.2, so that's 80, about 90, 95. Yeah, it's summertime over there. It's about wintertime over here. Pretty cool. MOD chart. Just got some of the ICO. Just started taking notice. Can't sleep in Mississippi. Oz. New Zealand. There you are, Paul. There you are. All right. MOD. Sorry, guys. I'm starting to get a little blanking out here a little bit. I'm coming back to you, CND. I'm just going to come back to you. We're going to watch you pop there, buddy. We're going to watch you pop. So recent ICO, MOD, lot of red spikes here. Not huge fan. Lot of red spikes. Not a big fan of that. I'd be interested in this coin possibly over the breakout of this 1350 if there was any green volume involved. You need to get some green volume in here. It's just not really doing too much. It's not going to do anything. Not going to do anything until you get some green volume. You know, how's the coin going to go up if no one's buying it? It's just not going to happen. Not going to happen. Okay. Alright, so where are we going here? Oops. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. No. Where's the one I was just looking at? CND? There you go, CND. I like you, CND. You're my friend. You're my friend, CND. Yeah, you're welcome, Saxman. Yeah, go to Coinigy. They have yeah, you get like I think you get a 30-day free trial to Coinigy if you're interested in it. I had it when I first started in crypto. I really didn't know what I was doing. I just thought it was a cool platform, and it is a cool platform. I do pay for this, and they have good alerts. I like their alerts. I like a lot of the things that they're doing. So, but man, this yeah, I do like this. I do like this CND chart quite a lot. Quite a lot. Should you have a stop loss in place? Depending how, if you want to give it all the way down here, maybe towards the 306 level. I mean, I know you're in up here kind of high off of my initial entry too. These high tight flags, man, they're gonna, I mean, odds are this is gonna pay off, to be honest with you. This is, I mean, if I were to draw a textbook of what a breakout and a high tight flag looks like, this would be it. If I were to be like, hey, I'm gonna teach you exactly what a high tide flag looks like. It's going to come out of a base, like a cup with a handle, and it's going to go boom, and then it's going to go sideways and come down 15% and then break out another 300%. So, yeah, I would, if you put a stop loss in this, give yourself a wide berth, because I think your potential upside is at least another 100%, to be honest with you. When things like this work in the stock market, it's ridiculous. And you don't even see this too much in cryptocurrencies, these high tight flags, at least of a classic nature. So, yeah, give yourself a wide berth. I mean, if you really want to, maybe undercut it here, but that's going to be pretty deep. That's going to be like a 20% stop loss. I don't even know if that's considered a stop loss at that point. Number one fan from Kuwait. From Kuwait. Very nice. Thanks for joining me this evening. Or it's probably daytime for you over there, huh? Probably lunchtime. You're probably watching me on your lunch break. So a stop loss at support of the high tide flag. Yeah, you want to go a little bit below. Honestly, I don't think it's going to get below this 320 level, but if you want to give it all the way down to the spike low, you can. What do I think about electronium? Do you have a symbol for that? Oh, 9 a.m., so you're eating breakfast. Very nice. What do you guys eat for breakfast over there? I don't think I've ever heard of a breakfast in the Middle East. What do you guys eat for breakfast in the Middle East? No, I'm from the United States, I'm sure you know. I'm a picky eater. I eat like a 6-year-old, so I probably won't like what you're going to put out there, but I'm just curious. Now's a good time to buy CND, or should you wait for it to drop a bit? Um, if you're gonna play this, you can buy it on a dip if you want to, or you buy it on the breakout. I'm a breakout buyer, not necessarily a dip buyer, because you never know how long a coin is going to dip for, nor if it's even actually going to break out. Um, that's why I like to buy on the breakouts. So, all right, let's check some stuff out over here. Get back. See what my guys are doing. OMG, oh, up 16%. Look at that. Bam. Very nice OMG. Added to my OMG position today. Sold out of my Neo. Looks like that was a pretty good. Got into Qtum. I'm in a little bit of a negative position right now in Qtum. I got in right about here. So maybe, oh no, I got in right about here. So I guess I'm up a little bit in Qtum. But yeah, low volume pullback in Qtum here right now. Probably very good overnight. Although I'm going to be nervous going to sleep right here. EOS just tearing it up 28%. Oh. Coffee and a turkey sandwich. I can get with that. Oh, EOS. That's me banging my head against the table. Me banging my head against the table. Look at this nice little cup with handle and Lisk on the 15-minute. Not bad, not bad. Man, it always seems like the coins that you're not in run. Doesn't that seem to be the case? It's not just you guys. If you're the guy that all your coins always run, I really want to talk with you. Like, seriously. I really want to talk with you guys, because there's something about trading. There's something about trading I heard once. It was a guy that said, a guy that recruited traders, he said, I'd rather find a very lucky trader that doesn't know anything than an unlucky trader that knows everything. And sometimes I feel like an unlucky trader that knows a lot of stuff. So if you can kind of understand where I'm coming from that perspective, I'd like to see the other perspective from the people that seems to jump on the coins that run, and see why that happens, so I can adjust my strategy and put my knowledge accordingly. I mean, you know, jump into a Misego and it's running, it's doing good, but you know, I was looking at EOS back here and it was only up like 4 or 5%. I mean, it's jumped it's jumped quite a bit. Quite a bit. Yeah, let's take a look at EOS on the daily chart. Oh, look at that. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous EOS. Holy crap, guys. 1,700%. We were talking about this. We were talking about this big accumulation in EOS, and I had this, excuse me, had this trend line drawn here. You can't see it because my volume's in the way, but look at that trend line. If you buy off that trend line, there's like almost no reason for you to sell. Maybe you sell up here, but look at the volume. No volume. And this is how you work these parabolic moves, guys. Here you go. Here's a little trading lesson. When you see volume, look at this huge volume. If you're thinking of selling this right here, I mean, I understand, and maybe you take a profit here, but when you see this volume bar closes and it's only this high comparatively to these, you guys have to keep your attention focused, and when it breaks again into all-time highs, you have to get back in. You just have to get back in. It's just kind of doing the same thing here. I mean, this could be a $30, $40 coin by the time this is done with this kind of action. I mean, it's just, EOS is a great platform. Everyone knows that. Their only issues back here was their year-long ICO. So, but looks like no one cares about that one anymore. Looks like that's done with. But I can't bring myself to buy it. Moonshotting up like this. Yeah, just great volume here though, guys. Just fantastic volume. And this is why volume is really the key to a lot of the trades that you do. Number one, you have to know if your coin's a good quality coin or not. Number two, if you see volume just piling in, you just have to get involved. I mean, just period, you have to be involved. So, Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Alright guys, about 5 more minutes and I'm going to call it a night. What I got to say about Bitcoin is that if you look at it long term here, I was looking at this a little earlier actually, it's had a big day. Big day. I'd like volume to increase, but it's coming up here and it's forming a handle in this kind of a cup with handle pattern. Maybe buy this on a pullback if you're willing to give it some time. You're probably going to get a 200 or 300% out of this, to be honest with you. So definitely could be a possibility, but it's going to need a little bit of time. Going to need a little bit of time here. ETC. Ooh, extended. Wow, looking really nice up here. Looks like if we dive down to the 15-minute time frame, that was a daily chart we were just looking at. Sorry, just trying to catch my bearings on this chart. Yeah, looking good. Stair-stepping higher from here, so just stair-stepping higher. That's all I got to say about that. Some good volume pops to the upside. That's always nice to see. Not great accumulation, just some pops. So these are the kinds of coins, the ones that pop like this. One of two things happen. Number one, they always kind of pop and stair-step up. Or number two, they eventually just explode up and continue upward. And if you're noticing the pattern where they pop and go sideways, you're going to miss this coin. Not advising you do one thing or another either way, but just kind of how these go. Mentioning ICX going to be like ADA. May you mention why? Oh, CND, what are we doing? CND. Oh, CND starting to go. Maybe. Volume's really low though. 44 minutes left in a 15-minute bar. Could be. You really want some volume on these breakouts. Really want some volume on these breakouts. Let's see what I'm in right now over here in Binance. Let's see what I'm doing here. Okay, I've got that Ven coin. Let's see what Ven's doing before I dump it. Pulling back. I'll dump it. What's it called again? It's getting too late, guys. Just drawing a blank here. Looking back through. CND. I'm gonna kill my Ven here. Gonna give me some of that CND, I think. I'm liking this. Alright, let's go sell my Ven. Sold my Ven. Gonna buy me some CND. And I think I was advising my, what's your name in here, buddy? Yes, therapy helps. I was telling him to be patient with it. Well, like I said, guys, sometimes I don't take my own advice and I'm not super patient. Ooh, nice gap up. What do I think about ARK? I actually just sold all of my ARK today. I've been in it for a little bit, enjoyed a nice profit in ARK, and yeah, that's about it. Took my profit and ran. Took my profit and ran in ARK. Let's go take a look at ARK. All right, just bought a little bit of CND up here. We'll see if I get an adding position, if this thing can get a little bit froggy. Let's take a look at ARK. See if it was a problem selling it. Wasn't a problem selling it, but look, this is right about where I sold it. I sold kind of on this big drop. I was up a bit. I was seeing a couple other things I was interested in. Power Ledger Bitcoin, nice cup here. Maybe handling out, kind of interesting though. Not my exact cup of tea. Not bad though. Okay, don't mind that. Although keep in mind this is against Bitcoin, so it's going to look like crap. I hate charts against Bitcoin. Don't like it. But this is a really nice cup off of this flag, so kind of liking it actually. Now that I zoom out, get a little bit of perspective. I like this. Nice cup, good volume signature. Yeah, you can get involved here, kind of in the bottom portion of this cup. on this little pullback maybe. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. And CND moving. Let's take a look. It looks different on Binance. Looks a little bit different on Binance there. Alright guys, I'm going to call it a night. Thank you for joining me tonight. I appreciate that. What do we got now? 60 people. Holding strong at 60. Not too bad. Thanks guys. Appreciate your time. If you want to pump CND, feel free. You know, there's probably not enough purchasing power in this chat room to actually make this thing actually go. But if this thing gets some volume, this thing could be really, really good. I'm really enjoying this coin. I took a position here. We'll see how it does. Enjoy the evening, guys. I will try to chat with you guys tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. Have a good night. See you later.